Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
I'm here for Peter.
Well, after a Peterless week last week, Peter's back, Lilith.
Well, it was relatable content for me, at least then last week.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that deadly menace that no force could stop. It is.
Hey, y'all, it's Lilith flipping Hellfire.
That's right, kids. We continue our Madam Web month. This time, covering Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, 30 through 35. We're talking the first appearances of Ezekiel, and he's not even in the movie, right? Morlun, and the beginning of J Michael Straczynski's Spider-Man run. It's ups and downs. And John Romita Jr. Returned to Pencil Spider-Man for like the 12th time.
He just can't stay away, bro.
I'm trying to remember if they ever formally announced. I mean, Romita Jr.'s had to have drawn Spider-Man more than anyone, right? He had a stint in the 80s. I know he's drew Spider-Man in the 90s. I think in the 2000s, 2010s, he had to have. And now he's drawing Spider-Man again in this decade. I think every decade he's come back at least for a while to draw Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think that's his thing. He just can't leave it alone.
Well, again, his dad was like,
yeah.
How do you live up to that dad? After Steve Ditko, Romita Sr. was like, the guy associated with the look of Spider-Man.
For better, for worse.
Again, it's your taste. Trust me, there's been worse. There's been worse.
Oh no, we all know there's been worse. Don't get me wrong.
All right, so should we jump into these? We have quite a few issues.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Let's go.
All right, kids. So we'll start with Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, number 30. All right, release date April 11th, 2001. Cover date June 2001.
You do what you want on Spider-Man. I'm not gonna stand by for just Teenage Mutant Turtles. I'm sorry, I just can't.
I did
that. What you want for Spider-Man?
I did that the other night with Justin. I explained to him why he was laughing. I'm like, that damn look.
So when we're doing Turtles next, just keep that in mind. This is fine here.
I know. Okay. Transformations, literal and otherwise. Writer J Michael Straczynski, penciler John Romita Jr., inker Scott Hanna, colorist Dan Kemp and Avalon Studios, letterers Richard Starkings and Wes Abbott, and editor Axel Alonso.
Did you find synopses for these?
I know there's like I know like for this one there's a short one. While on a patrol to clear his head, Spider-Man meets Ezekiel, a man with powers very similar to his own who knows more about them than Spidey himself does. Meanwhile, a man named Morlun appears at the docks with sinister intentions. Okay, very, very old joke coming up, kids. Well, it's better than visiting nursing homes with bad intentions.
And I'm visiting nursing homes with bad intentions.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
Gotta love it when we catch creators in 4K. Gotta love it.
What? All right. So, what did you think of this, Lil?
Really? No, you're not just gonna speed past this. I don't like it. I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's feels very forced. Feels very gimmicky. Feels very dated. It's giving very much 2001.
Well, were you reading this when it first came out?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you remember, we were coming out of a really bad time. So again, this was like a step up.
Not for me. I mean, everybody's taste is different.
I know, but it was the whole Mary Jane supposedly dead and lets poo poo on Peter, but then it's like they bring her back, but then it's like, let's take a break. She's been like kidnapped for like a year, but then she's like, as soon as she gets back, let's take a break. I'm like, really?
Well, she was kidnapped for a year. She needs to process her trauma. I mean, that's not the writer's intentions, but sometimes you got a headcanon.
I guess, but
I don't know. This was just kind of like a weird transition for me, I guess, probably. And it took me probably another 10 issues to really like even want to keep reading Amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just like, they don't know. I feel like they really didn't know what they wanted to do. This very much gave, I need to make my shekels.
Well, again, I mean, after the reboot and like, what was it, 99? In this era, it seemed to me like they really didn't know what they wanted to do. I mean,
they were lost in the sauce, babes. It was very frustrating to read. It's like, babes, it's Spider-Man. It's not that hard.
And again, they kept doing the whole thing where it's like, we want to get rid of Mary Jane. You want to get rid of Mary Jane. Well, Mary Jane hasn't been around. What are you not? Okay, you got your wish. Now, what do you want to do?
And then they did nothing interesting with the fact that she was gone again.
No, I mean, okay, Mary Jane's not around, but again, at this point, he's still technically married, so it's like you really can't have him dating or nothing. It's like,
yeah.
Although I kind of like, I mean, at least Straczynski has, we'll see, what is it, next issue or something? I mean, kind of gives him something to do.
Yeah, it's giving foot fetish, if we're all gonna be honest.
Oh my,
Ezekiel, he's always walking around barefoot, which at least they did get that right in Madam Web. I will say,
okay.
You will see feet in Madam Web.
Oh my. Okay, I have to ask, how many people were in the theater when you saw Madam Web?
Including me and the kids, which are 3 of them and myself. That's 4. I'd say probably like 20, 25 people, maybe.
Okay, that's more than I thought you were gonna say. Okay.
I thought I saw suspicious activity in the front row, but
oh no, someone wasn't shooting webs, were they?
I didn't even want to look at the floor on the way out. Best thing about the movie, there are no end credit scenes, so you can just get the hell out of there.
I did see an article or something that said that. So yes,
it's the best. There was. At least they knew.
Even if there was, I wasn't going to torture myself.
Babes, I OCD. I would have had to. I'd have been mad.
Well, the whole thing with Ezekiel too. I mean, with the feet thing, is that just because he's like an older guy, and is it just supposed to be a thing where it's like, oh yeah, he probably ran around barefoot as a kid, or I don't know. Because it's like he's a rich guy. I mean, we find out he's a rich guy. I'm like, can't he come up with something to cover his feet and wall crawl at the same time? I mean, Peter Parker has something boots he can wear and wall crawl at the same time.
Peter Parker was a genius back in the day.
Yeah, but I mean, if Ezekiel's not a genius, he can hire someone to make something.
He's not Bruce Wayne either. He just doesn't give those vibes. Like, they didn't know. Like, I honestly don't believe they knew what they were doing with Ezekiel. Like, he does not have a cohesive backstory for me. His backstory is convenient to what the plot needed it to be, and that is just
because he does get more sinister later. But like at this point, he almost struck me as like a rich hippie or something.
A yuppie, that's the word you're looking for.
Yuppie. I mean, not even. I don't know about yuppie vibes, but yeah. But yeah, this one was a lot of setup. Just and him playing with the whole. Do you know how you got your powers? Yeah, radioactive spider bit me. Yeah, well. Was the spider going to bite you and give you powers anyway, and the radiation just killed it, or was the radiation that gave you your powers?
Who cares? It's getting Bendis dialogue. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I know that it was very Bendis, but yeah, and
might as well had just a whole page full of yellow boxes at that point.
Bendis.
I mean, I thought it was, it's like, okay, I'm like, I'll credit Straczynski with trying to come at it from a different angle, but I'm like, you really think they're...
It's like when Burns like, how does Superman shit? No one fucking cares!
Wow! But again, it's like, we're trying to give Spider-Man like a mystical background. I'm like, this is...
Bro, it doesn't work. He's street level. Street level. I didn't like Secret Wars. There, I said it.
It's not going to stick. 5 years from now, it's not going to stick.
Boo!
Maybe, I mean, I think it lasted a little longer than 5 years, but by Brand New Day, it's not sticking.
Well, Brand New Day is its own bag of hammers now, isn't it?
I know.
But yeah, this just, Boo all around. I'm sorry.
Well, between this stuff and the other, because again, I mean, they at some point,
it was a rough time to be a Spider-Man fan.
well, because the Toby movies, then they eventually gave him organic web shooters, but once again,
which I like. I know you don't, but I like.
I mean, they both have their.
It's called hentai, and it's an art form. Okay.
I'm talking web shooters, not tentacles, though.
Ooey gooey stuff comes out either one, right? So
wow!
I'm saying that was done as a fetishizing thing. I'm just saying I know one when I see one.
Oh God! Oh my God!
I do.
Oh my God! You sound thirsty. It's only February, love. Jeez.
It's true. It's true. Most directors are freaking sick in the head. I'm just saying. As somebody who was a PA, yeah, they're sick in the head.
Oh my. Again, we need these little Hellfire backstories. Come on.
Oh, you don't want to know things. I have NDAs. I can't talk about it. Moving on.
Oh my. Yeah, so basically, the whole thing is basically just Spider-Man meeting Ezekiel, and then we kind of get a quick glance of Morlun.
Which, like, Morlun, go away.
He's basically just like a life force vampire.
Oh, like Morbius used to be.
Like the animated series with the sucker hand.
Nightmare fuel and a fetish.
I know. They thought that was going to be better than an actual vampire.
You know, until you brought that up the other week, I had never thought about it. It was a deep buried trauma. Okay, rushing back.
I can't believe that your main character can't throw a punch, but you're gonna have a guy with sucker hands.
Well, they just didn't. They really just were very confused about children's guidelines.
I mean, I guess they could have shown actual physical violence, but nobody had sucker hands. So again, that's all good.
It's the implied violence with the sucker hands, you know. It's a very visceral reaction.
I think Lilith dated him in college.
I think everyone's dated him.
I was gonna say, or Justin.
You know what I will say for this issue though is the art panel, the panels I like the most are just like Peter kind of like clinging to the walls around town and just like looking down and gliding around. Now those are pretty cool. The dialogue is all bad though. I'm not gonna hold my tongue about that. It's all bad.
Yeah, no, I agree with you that there is a lot of Bendis-esque dialogue here. But yes, I think that this is a good example of some good John Romita Jr. art, you know, especially when he's meshing with his inkers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, does everybody like I feel look, listen, I think Ezekiel and Morlun specifically are like the male versions of Silk. Very tangentially as related to Spider-Man as could possibly be.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, once again, yes. Tying into the origin and so there's no Silk in the movie, right?
No. I mean there might have been like a secret Silk cameo, but no, not anything like explicit.
I'm sure if there is, Ray will let us know.
You know, I have to, now that I've paid for it, I can go watch it again.
Oh, that's true. Nah,
ethically speaking.
I'm watching it once and never again, probably. There's no Silk in the movie.
What the F?
Oh no, Ray's excited. He's Sydney Sweeney. He's Sydney Sweeney.
It'll get to him in what, 2025?
No, he's Sydney Sweeney excited.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right, should we get to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it. Just
All
keep
right.
it on moving. There's nothing much to talk about here. And everybody that wrote the synopsis agreed.
Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 2, number 31. Release date May 9th, 2001. Cover date July 2001.
Don't be petty with me, okay?
Oh, okay, salty.
Yeah, save it for the salty and petty show. Just leave it at the door here.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I'm messing with you. After what you revealed your plan is for this year on Salty and Petty, I'm messing with you. All right. Same team. Coming home. All right. Morlun enters, revealing his connection to Spider-Man. Not really. He wants
Exactly.
get in my belly. Peter Parker becomes the new science teacher at his old high school, but first must deal with a gunman, once a student. Well, isn't it a current student?
Don't think about it too hard.
I know, but it is because it was a kid who's getting picked on. All right, so
let me flip through these pages real quick.
Flip them away downtown. So, like I was kind of hinting at before, I mean, love it or hate it, at least Straczynski is trying to give Peter something to do. You know, he has
even tried to give Aunt May something to do. Bless
like
his
a
heart.
day job. Yeah.
Well, like the school teacher thing, like I like it in theory, but in like practical application, it kind of stupid.
I mean, well, it's something he can do inside.
It's better than the owning a corporation.
It's better than
driving
Parker
a spider
Industries.
car.
Yeah, or working for Norman Osborn. I mean,
working for Norman Osborn, those are kind of the vibes. I'm not gonna lie. That's the best of a bad situation.
yeah.
I think he's outgrown the Bugle personally, just because newspapers aren't a thing and like appointment camera is not professional.
Well, again, Jameson has his own website podcast thing. I mean,
so it's like, you know what I mean? We've moved on from that. So like, what else can he do besides live off of his be a sugar baby from Mary Jane's modeling career? You know?
Oh, I'd like to see that. But did you see the big Marvel crossover coming? What is it this summer? This is in the spring or the summer. The vampire one. It's crossing over.
Kind of like what DC did. Cool.
It's crossing. Well, I think it's in the main universe. I think it's crossing into the regular books, including Amazing Spider-Man. So yes, kids. So in a few months, the Amazing Spider-Man book will really have an excuse to suck.
Zeb's gonna live it up, ain't he? That's our weekly Zebwell shot. Thank you. Mark it off on your bingo cards, kids.
Stay tuned. I ain't go nowhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I like that he has a better relationship with Aunt May and like that, like she's there, and not just. But like we had floating heads of guilt with Gwen Stacy, so it's just kind of like, I'm so over it. Stop it.
I know.
Stop beating a dead horse.
The whole Gwen Stacy thing, I get that he blames himself and stuff, but I'm just like, how many girlfriends have you had? And, you know, especially Mary Jane, and how long has it been? I mean, it's been decades in real time. I'm just like, really?
Yeah, the boardroom stuff they could have kept with Ezekiel too. Like, I don't care.
I know, but I think they just they were trying to like show it's like
how long did it take for us to get the rose reveal? Like, we could have done this with Ezekiel. It would have been fine. No one actually cared. Turns out no one cared. Just saying.
I know.
Hindsight's 2020.
We're just trying to show, you know, this is what would happen if Peter would have stuck with, hey, let me make money with my powers.
He'd be a famous wrestler, and Vince McMahon would be doing them in the butt.
Oh, wow!
You know.
Wow! Burn. I already pooped on a lady's head.
He's done a lot worse things.
Oh, Vince. But yes, I mean, yeah, basically except for Morlun basically just setting off Peter's spider sense. The only other villain in this, yes, is the kid gunman at the school.
Man, just don't mess with the quiet kid, and you won't get what you deserve. I don't know what to tell you at this point. As South Park has demonstrated, America don't care.
And again, Peter,
which is a weird choice. A weird choice to have that. That was like, because like back in the day, like I think Columbine was the biggest one, and then we're right around 9/11, so that was an interesting artistic choice. I'll give you that.
And again, Peter basically kind of bonding with the new school nerd.
Yeah. I really don't care for the demonstration of his spider sense, by the way. That's something to take getting used to.
Wait, what?
That stupid panel of his spider sense?
That one when Morlun sets it off?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's just supposed to be overload and
yeah, I know. I just don't like it.
I know. And again, he's like, I never felt anything like this before. I'm like, really? The Beyonder? Come on.
Thank you. Like, they were hyping these two up way too much.
I'm like, I get that Morlun is like his, I guess, his natural predator, but I'm just like, more than the Beyonder? Who could destroy the planet? Okay. How dare you?
Yeah, like trying to put a school shooter in your story, that's just a little too much for me. As somebody who like literally was living and through high school during those times where it was like literally school shootings all the time.
I mean,
almost as bad as it is now.
Was that just his commentary, especially because Peter is going to be in a high school now? And
I mean, at least wait a couple of issues.
I know. I mean, Peter. Like, Peter hasn't even
swinging.
Peter. I mean, I don't think officially has the job yet. Yeah, there's already a school shooter.
It's like, nope, I'm out of here. Teachers definitely do not get paid enough then nor now.
Well, that's the other thing when people are like,
it's a very shallow commentary on top of that too. Oh, the kid just snapped. Okay.
Yeah.
That.
But again, I mean, not to excuse it, but it is 2001, and you know, a lot of our media wasn't as sensitive as it is.
I'm surprised Marvel let them do it, quite honestly. But you know, these are hard times for Marvel. We're talking. This is the bankruptcy era, so.
Oh yeah, like
controversy sells. That's the way that I kind of saw it, I guess. So like, yeah, this whole run, like I said, it took me like 10 issues to really determine if I was really going to keep reading Spider-Man at that point.
Yeah, again, from like 99 or 2000 until Disney buys it out, it's basic, or you're basically in the era of let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. Well, yes.
Let's see what cracks.
I see what you did there.
I try. I'm not a dad, but I've dated a couple and I learned some jokes.
Really? Oh, the young one.
That was before the 21 to 25 edict. That's why the 21 to 25 edict happened. Divorced dads are boring.
couple heart attacks, and it was just like nope.
Exactly.
But yeah, well, again, is the school.
My liability insurance couldn't take it.
She's thinking of the police coming to her door for murder investigations. Another dead guy in your bed, huh? The Widowmaker.
I'll take it.
And again, it is like the school shooter thing, like a cheap plot device to say, okay,
so cheap. But like now, at the time, it was a serious thing.
I know
it was very flippant, and I was pissed.
And I think it was just like a lazy plot device to say, okay, now we have no science teacher, so oh yeah, you want to teach science, you're hired.
That's how they. I mean, hell, nowadays you don't even have to have a degree to teach the kids. It's crazy out there.
Well, yeah, they're hurting for teachers. Yeah.
Well, they should pay them more and make them safe so they don't have school shootings.
Again, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not the biggest sports fan anyway. But I mean, the two biggest paying professions should be the medical field and teachers teaching.
I don't want to get political about the whole medicine thing. The doctors used to be paid more, and then something happened, and now they don't, and now it's even worse than before. So
insurance.
Anywho.
So most of this issue is Spider-Man taking down a teen gunman.
Bleak, bro.
I know.
This is what I mean. Like, this is not what I read Spider-Man for, so it was just like really shocking.
And again,
the next issue, it's like, what?
And this is kind of like, I think we're starting to get into the era where we're writing for the trade, so we kind of have to drag stuff out,
I don't even think it was suffering from that. I just think he literally didn't know what he was doing.
I don't know, because again, back in the the 90s, this Morlun thing I think would have lasted 2-3 issues, maybe.
Again, like I feel like he had an idea, but then it was like, oh, never mind.
I mean, you'll roll your eyes, but I do like that he was trying to play up Peter's sense of responsibility and stuff, but.
In the most hackiest way possible, sure.
I mean, trying to get back to the community and stay, trying to help these kids and stuff. Because, like he even says, there's
no helping the kids. I hate. Look, listen. Being around a bunch of teenagers now, there's no helping these kids. Just gotta let it go. Just gotta let it go.
Not with that attitude.
Oh, let's talk about the next issue. At least something interesting happens in that issue.
Uh-oh.
No, I just find it interesting that he chose to talk about the human genome in his lesson. Like, this not like he just got the job. School just started, right? So like that's not where you would start in science class. As somebody who took AP biology, regular biology, just molecular biology. I'm just saying.
All right, Amazing Spider-Man Volume 232. Cover date August 2001. The Long Dark Pizza of the Soul.
Yuck. That is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle title. Thank you very much.
Spider-Man learns about his origins and why he is Spider-Man. Morlun is finally strong enough to confront Spider-Man.
Oh, so much of their innocence is gone. Shut up, you old man. Like, this very much
Wow.
listen, he was just very much giving old man writing about the youths. It's just, like, definitely reading this in retrospect, I can tell why I just really didn't like it back in the day.
I know, but just like look at all the Stan Lee stuff. That was old men writing to kids when Peter was in school.
I don't know. Stan Lee had a more like, I don't know. Stan Lee was charming in his writing.
Yeah.
It was very straightforward and simple, and he wasn't trying to be fancy and show off things and pretend to be anything that he wasn't. He was just genuinely a showman, and very much P.T. Barnum. And you gotta appreciate that. Here, he's like this pseudo intellectual, like, I don't know. It felt like, if you were a kid at the time and say you were in high school and reading this, it very much would feel like somebody was talking down to you. Like, I don't know. These are like all the feelings that I definitely felt.
I mean, I think he had the right idea, but I think he kind of leaned too heavy into the, Peter Parker's the selfless.
Yeah, it's like, no, I like my Pete angry, and
as you heard it here first, kids. Lilith loves angry Peter.
I do. Like, sure, you can feel guilt and have some, some of that, but like, he still pushed forward with life, and he wanted to do something with his life, and I don't know, it just feels like he's just like down in the dumps. He didn't know what else to do, so he's just like kind of teaching for the time being.
I think the idea was good, but I think Straczynski got a little too heavy-handed with it. With some of
there's like the spiders and all these issues too. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm like he's not communicating with spiders, but again, that's him pushing his own little idea of the whole thing's mystical and stuff, and
then we're reminiscing about Thor, Magneto, and Captain America and the Red Skull. I'm like, look, bro, you got to pick your lane. You got to pick your lane.
Well, I mean, that's him trying to.
Vulture, Doc Connors and Ock. Like, I totally get, but that other stuff he could have kept it.
I know.
Again, I hate Secret Wars.
I mean, that was just him trying to explain why, a lot of Spider-Man's enemies are like animal totems and stuff. He's like, you're an animal totem, so you fight animal totems. Like, the X-Men fight mutants. Captain America fights Nazis, and Thor fights gods because like fights like.
Lame. Listen, just because you put a lampshade on it doesn't mean I don't get to talk about you putting the lampshade on it. Okay. That's all.
And I mean, the Scorpion. I mean, that's like
another fellow arachnid. Technically,
that's not a good animal, man.
He came late to the party. It's like how when sometimes when God's giving out boobs and butt, you miss the train, and other people went back in line for double helpings. That's just how that works.
Some people went back in line twice to God, or their plastic.
It's like when you're supposed to only get two slices of pizza at the party, and somebody takes 3, and somebody gets stuck with 1. That's Scorpion.
You mean like if you have a nice rack and a brain? Okay.
Haven't seen it yet, but at least not naturally. I'm just saying.
Lil's like, I've watched it thousands of hours of porn, and I haven't seen it yet.
I've gotten millions of dollars of lap dances. I ain't ever got an educated lap dance. I'll give Chris Rock that. He was right about that.
Oh my God, we could solve the national debt if you took what Lil spent at a strip club.
I do my part. I support single mothers.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, you were a DJ at a strip club, so you probably got some freebies.
I mean, I'm a girl. I always get freebies.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Talk about the actual net worth of them all.
That's true. That's true. You're a cute chick. Yeah. You probably got a lot of freebies. Jeez. damn it. All right.
You know, that's what Spider-Man needs to do. He needs to be a DJ at a strip club. Let's kick it up a notch.
Oh, God. No. Who could that? Oh, Deadpool?
Same difference.
Oh, burn.
Ooh, have you seen the new quote unquote footage yet?
The trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean Deadpool and Wolverine? Wait, what? Was Judy listening to the man speaking of strip clubs? What?
The world may never know.
I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I saw the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, and once again, I miss Charlie because again, we see the TVA is going to be in there, and I know if Charlie was still here this week on Super Connectivity, we'd be breaking down the TVA and how they're going to bring Deadpool in.
He was just listening to.
Okay. Oh hell.
Yeah, it's nothing much to write home about in any of these issues. So let's just move on. I'm sick of these spiders. I'm just gonna say that.
Lilith doesn't know her gay theme songs.
I know Superfruit.
What's up with Morlun in this issue? Basically playing like Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise in an interview that has to get the suit and everything, and I'm just like, really? We're really
exactly hacky vibes. I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan. I've never been a fan of this man. I'm sorry, we might have to go barn door protocol, but I don't get it. I think it's just the last name Straczynski.
Because I can't say that. Google man the man.
Oh, I worked in a titty bar, not a jiggly dick bar.
That's right.
So yeah. I didn't actually. Male strippers came in on Sunday nights, and trust me, you do not want to be around on male stripper night. No, sir. No, sir.
Oh.
We're gonna get monetized one day. Sorry, sir.
Lilith has one rule. If any other rule, Lilith has one rule.
We need the money. Gimme.
Exactly. Let's talk about the next issue. At least it starts to get interesting. Like I feel like they were definitely stalled until this issue.
Well, it's so weird because Ezekiel's like, oh, here I have this room, this basically adamantium room, so Morlun can't get to you or find you. And then Peter's like, thanks, but no thanks. And then Morlun shows up at the end, and it's just like,
It's hours of fighting, bro. It's like, and they fight for 20 pages. I swear to God, that's what Straczynski did to him, did to the artist.
I know. I mean, you got John Romita Jr. All right. Amazing Spider-Man. Wait, did we do this? Yes, Amazing Spider-Man 33 from September 2001. Spider-Man faces off with Morlun, but is unaware of how powerful Morlun truly is. After hours of fighting, Spider-Man must flee. Spider-Man only escapes by blowing up a kitchen with Morlun in it. Morlun survives. Spider-Man goes to Ezekiel for help, but Ezekiel cannot.
Finally, this is where it should start.
Yeah. Again, if this was a 90s story, this would have been 2-3 issues instead of 6.
Ugh. It's just so brutally boring, bro. It's like, this is a comic book, not a graphic novel.
I know,
Come
but once again, I mean, in this heavy-handed way, I think Straczynski was just trying to show Morlun is basically, he's basically the effing juggernaut. Spider-Man can't. And again, I know he's supposed to be his natural predator and how strong he is, but I'm like, I mean, he's fought the Juggernaut. He's fought Fire Lord. I'm like, Morlun should be giving him this hard of a time.
But he's a super special character made for Shekel creation.
Well, that's true.
He's got to be the biggest, baddest thing we've ever seen.
And Slot picked that thing right up.
Natural. I think he's friends with them, which is probably why.
Maybe. Okay, because I was gonna say, I mean, we could have.
Or at the time, you know how it is nowadays.
Oh yeah. because I mean we could have forgotten Morlun, but yeah, Slot had to pick that back up.
Man, what is it with like certain creators? They'll just pick up stuff they know people hate just to be a contrarian. Looking at you, Zeb Wells.
Oh, you beat me to it. Oh, Paul.
Self-insert characters are the worst, bro.
Oh my god, I saw people are still talking about Paul, like how horrible he is. Just like, you know, either he's either mentally controlling Mary Jane, or it's basically just you know, some kind of complex where he's basically just mind manipulating her.
Skipping Professor X and Jean Grey is all I'll say. Slightly less power dynamics.
So yeah, but like you said, it's basically just then they fight for the entire issue.
I mean, I'll tell you about, like, it's literally the most villain mustache trolling shit I've seen in a long time, sir.
And then when
there's so much dialogue, bro.
I know, and then when Spider-Man goes, well, I don't know, man. The prices these days, I mean, give me some dialogue. At least feel like I'm paying for something.
You know, honestly, I'd rather just have a book full of like splash pages at this point.
Oh my!
like nobody's saying anything interesting in the mainstream books. They're just not. It's all been done before and better, to be quite honest.
Okay, so basically, you like your comic books like your dating life. Lots of pretty things to look at, but no words.
Yeah.
I told you, Victoria Von Doom, people. She's making sex bots in her basement.
Life is too short. Life is too short, and her boyfriend's better not be. This guy gets it. He gets it.
All right. Next issue?
Absolutely, sir.
Oh my. Oh, somewhat decent size synopsis. All right. Amazing Spider-Man 34, cover date October 2001. Meltdown. We're getting there, kids. Hold on, this stupid thing's jumping around. Damn screen. All right. Ezekiel tells Spider-Man that Morlun has touched Spider-Man. He can find him anywhere he goes now. Ezekiel tells Spider-Man that he cannot help. Spider-Man swings away on his own. Reaching chaos, Spider-Man finds and fights Morlun again, this time with more aggression. But again, he must escape. Morlun again causes chaos and threatens lives in order to bring Spider-Man out. Spider-Man enters the scene and attacks Morlun, but yet again cannot take him down.
Bro, this book's so old, it's got a payphone in it.
I know the last one, I think we'll pay. Yeah, payphones were around till what? Until the final one was in that Adam Levine video, wasn't it?
No, payphones were definitely like that was like an old song. He's like, no, we're just gonna make it. We're gonna confuse the kids. Why are you paying?
Like singing about a covered wagon.
Basically.
So again, it's back and forth. Morlun threatens people. Spider-Man fights him. Then he has to flee. Getting some coins, Spider-Man calls his Aunt May for a possible farewell. Remember, the great power, great responsibility. Spider-Man hangs up, turns around, and sees Morlun again. Another fight ensues, and before Morlun can possibly end the fight with a win, Ezekiel enters, teaming up with Spider-Man. For the first time, Morlun bleeds. After a huge fight, Morlun finds and absorbs Ezekiel, and Ezekiel falls into the river. Well, if Morlun don't kill you, that New York river water will.
For sure.
So after a huge fight, Morlun finds and absorbs Ezekiel. Ezekiel falls in the river. Spider-Man dives after him, but Ezekiel is gone. Spider-Man finds Morlun's blood, takes it home to analyze. He finds that Morlun has cells of every type of animal and that the cells break down over time and need recharging from a life form. Wow, what a cliffhanger. All right. Not. All right, so some of these covers aren't bad.
Yeah, they're okay.
What is this? Is this J. Scott Campbell maybe?
It is very dated though.
What?
I mean, 34 is pretty good. It doesn't have that dated feel outside of like where the number is.
Watch me piss Lilith off. You mean legacy numbering 475?
Exactly. Like take that part out and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Hail. So yeah, once again, just basically Spider-Man versus the unbeatable foe. But it's like after you've done the Juggernaut and stuff, it's like Morlun. I know I wouldn't want to.
It was kind of stupid for him to do the Juggernaut, though, for being honest.
What? Oh.
It was ridiculous.
What again? It was like he really didn't beat. How does he beat him? He just has to like trap him.
Because he's stupid. Well, and Spider-Man loves dealing with a stupid guy. Just look at Eddie.
Oh.
Although Juggernaut is not a lovable meathead, honestly. So.
Well, I mean, he has a big ego because he really can't stop him. Give him a little bit of power. He's he could be a lovable meathead, but he's a little too drunk on the power he has. Look at Travis Kelce. Anyway.
Oh, babes, he's just a puppet with Taylor Swift's hand up his ass.
Oh!
Just like the rest of you is.
Hey, don't kink shame.
I don't think it's consensual, but that's not my That's not my business. Stay tuned for March. March is Patreon.
Oh my.
I might just have to go off on my Taylor Swift conspiracy theory after all. Nobody tell the Swifties though.
All right. Yes, and for some reason at the end of the issue, Peter goes to a nuclear power plant.
Looking for some more radioactive spiders? I heard there's better luck in the jungle.
Radioactive something. Oh, you mean like what's the line? He was in the jungle with my parents when they died or something. What is the Madam Web? I haven't seen it yet. Oh God.
It's so funny because the line it's actually chopped up throughout the movie. Like it doesn't actually play out in the whole as the trailer shows. It's weird. It's such a bad trailer. Like trailers are supposed to like whet your appetite. Yeah,
well, look what they had to work with.
I mean, I thought that the Suicide Squad trailer was cool, and look what the original one. Look how I'm just saying, the trailer was better than the movie. This is not the case.
I don't want to go.
Too bad. I sat through it. You got it.
I know. I have to. We're doing an episode on it anyway. But yeah, you went. I know. I went
and I took 3 kids. So yeah, you gotta go.
I'm going. All right.
I spent a lot of money. You gotta go.
All right. I wish I had the petty cash to reimburse you.
Somebody make it rain on the Cash App. That's the only way I'm gonna feel better about this movie.
Can we? Oh my God, can we write Madam Web off on our tax? Well, it's too late. I already did my tax, but
yeah,
can we write Madam Web off?
Since it's technically the next year, you can file it for 2024.
Okay.
It's technically a new fiscal year, so
it's a business expense, mental health, whatever.
Oh yeah, the therapy that's gonna take me to get over. I might just send the bill to Sony. I don't know. I haven't decided.
I might have ended it all right there, Doc, if it hadn't been for Sydney Sweeney's boobs. That's a little saying that. All right.
That's Ray saying.
What do you think?
Also, I just have to say, the corniest thing in this whole line of books so far, when Peter Parker says, "Hello? This is Peter Parker. Can I ask you a favor?" Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Awful dialogue.
All right, let's get to the last issue here so we can crap on the whole thing. All right, Amazing Spider-Man 35, cover date, November 2001. Coming out.
Out of his cage, and he's feeling just fine.
Spider-Man duplicates and transfers radiation into his system. Morlun was after him because Spider-Man was pure. Oh, my sweet summer child. But now Morlun was walking right into...
That's a weird definition of pure he's got there, ain't it?
No. But now Morlun is walking right into a trap. Morlun finds Spider-Man lying on the ground. He prepares to absorb Spider-Man and does so, only to stop in the middle, finding that he has absorbed much more radiation than he could handle. Spider-Man beats down...
Talk about biting off more than you can chew.
In a true Lilith Hellfire date fashion, Spider-Man beats down Morlun to a pulp. The villain then falls to the ground.
It wasn't consensual.
That's true. Oh, well, yeah, the comic wasn't. The villain then falls to the ground, losing life and returning to a cellular state. Morlun surrenders, but Spider-Man knows he cannot let Morlun live, or Morlun would just get his power back and attack him again. Morlun's assistant, Dex, this guy comes out of nowhere. I mean, the whole story, but...
Das Ex Machina? Yeah.
You mean,
God, literally.
You mean Dex Ex Machina? Telling Morlun that he quits and then shoots Morlun in the chest. Morlun falls to the ground dying and then starts to turn...
He should have approved his benefit package. Finally, a henchman gets it. This is what you do to your boss that doesn't pay you.
That was so stupid, though. It's like, I know he's absorbed all that radiation, but it's like, after all the hard time he gave Spider-Man, what, a gunshot takes him out? I'm like, really?
Hey, man, just always remember, Batman Beyond begins with Bruce Wayne using a gun. I'm just saying, sometimes it's necessary.
Never again. I know, but here it just seems like bad storytelling. And then...
well, so was that, but...
Oh, damn.
At least for both cases.
Yeah. Dex runs away. Spider-Man chases him and then catches him. Dex tells Spider-Man that Morlun hurt him a lot. Spider-Man lets him go and swings away. Spider-Man goes to Ezekiel's office. He wonders if Ezekiel could be alive. He sees bare footprints on the windows. And I love that. They don't even like it. Damn synopsis to even mention the cliffhanger because, you know, Peter goes home. He's all, you know, he's been up being beaten all day, so he's tired, goes to sleep, and Aunt May comes in and discovers, you know, his Spider-Man costume.
Finally.
Which again, I that's another thing, you know, besides the marriage that damn one more day took from us. It's like Aunt May finds out he's Spider-Man. At least, again, it's like, what are we doing with Aunt May now? At least if we're keeping her alive, she should still be in on the secret.
Yeah, but old women nagging, that's not good for comic books. You know what I mean?
No, but I mean, she was actually supportive once.
I actually care about it. I haven't cared about Aunt May since 1997. I'll be real with you. I remember.
Well, at least in current times, it's like, well, do you care about anybody in the supporting cast?
I barely care about Peter, which is like why I'm so excited for Ultimate.
Oh yeah, that's coming. Number 2's coming out next week. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what else I'm more excited for? When we get to talk to DG Chichester about Black Armor number 4.
I'm always excited to talk to DG Chichester.
And then, of course, next week, Spawn 350 comes out.
Oh, yeah.
I've got all my variant covers ordered, secured. I'm ready to go.
Have to replace that sex with something, Ella.
Well, my first love is... my second love is comic books.
Well, you gave up your first love.
Smoked a doobie.
No, that's more like my fifth love, honestly.
So if it's not sex and it's not cannabis, what is your first love?
Making money.
Oh, true. Oh, see,
with 3 kids, good luck with that. I don't know how people do.
You need the money, gimme.
Oh yeah, I don't know how people have multiple kids.
Teenagers will each. Teenagers each out of house and home, man.
I know. I'm dreading that. I remember.
I have a Sam's Club and a Costco and a. Shut up, Phil. BJ's freaking card. I still have no food. So.
What BJ's is doing nothing for a kid.
BJ's has the best alcohol, but anyway.
I heard it's a mouthful.
Anyway, so let's poop on this and move on. I give it a solid D as in dog shit minus.
Oh!
I hated every freaking page, bro.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just being kind, but I gotta give it at least a C.
Cool.
See you next Tuesday.
Mean, the art is good, and that's the thing that saves it from being an F as in a total fucking failure.
Yeah. Well, I think that they saw that this was going to be a radical shift, so they're like, we need like a known Spider-Man artist to do this, and it's like
I'm saying, it's okay. Like it feels dated. Reading it back now, it feels dated, but I did like it at the time. But like reading this back, I'm just like, oh, I know exactly what era this is, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad.
I mean, I get it feels dated, but to me, maybe just because I'm such an old man, but I mean, this almost seems more dated to me than the 90s stuff.
Yeah, it is, actually. 90s feels classic in a way that if they started drawing that style again, like right now, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I prefer it, quite honestly.
And I think that was the whole point, especially like when they did the reboot and then Brand New Day was supposed to be another one. They wanted to go back to like classic Spider-Man, but I'm like,
They somehow fucked it up. How?
because they wanted to. I mean,
It's the new 52 thing. It's like you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
they want to throw out all the characterization, and just go back to a simpler time. It's like you never did that, especially at Marvel. You're not.
No, especially DC. Like that's the thing that just they've been chasing that feeling ever since. It's just like, babes, just go all the way back to the original problem, and I won't bat an eyelash. I promise. I won't say a fucking word. And I think Marvel needs to do that at this point. We need to go back to like the 90s.
Oh yeah,
I think that the success of those 90s mini stories that they've been selling.
Oh yeah,
have showed that. Well, we do need we're in a forever perma 90s.
They must be doing well because they keep doing them. Those 90s miniseries, they keep doing them, so they must be selling well.
I hope. Since we manifested it the first time, we'll manifest it the second time. I need a Black Armor 2.
Black Armor 2, and how about let Chichester off the chain? How about a Terror miniseries?
I'd love that too.
Maybe around October or something for Halloween.
But you know me, I'd rather aim for Elektra. I feel like that's more feasible.
Oh yeah, Elektra, definitely.
I feel like Terra is a little too niche right now. I feel like Elektra is on the up and coming.
That's true. That's true. Again, like I said, maybe do Terra as like a Halloween special or something.
Oh, yeah. Marvel hasn't had a good Halloween or holiday themed anything for a while. No tea, no shade. So that would be cool.
But I wonder how much. I wonder how good.
I think. Listen, I know this is gonna be controversial, but I think Zeb Wells has better storytelling than this one.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Straczynski, but I can give him that at least.
I can't give him that because not
these particular issues, but as it goes on, it does get better.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you may not like these issues, I think Straczynski was at least trying to tell a good Spider-Man story. I can't even I can't say Zeb Wells is even trying to tell a good Spider-Man story.
He was, and then he fed into his own hype and got lost in the sauce, and now he's chasing his own tail because of all the backlash. He thought people were going to be cool with a couple of things that he did, but people are seeing him for who he is, and now he's kind of running scared.
Well, I think he's another Dan Slott where it's basically like, oh, well, it's going to get headlines, stuff people's going to hate. And it's just like...
No, I think he genuinely thought people were going to like it. That's the scary part. So that means he doesn't know how to read the fandom and that he might not be a Spider-Man fan after all. I don't think anybody that was truly a Spider-Man fan would have ever done this, the things that he's doing. Towards the middle. Like, in the beginning, it was hype, and then, like, he kept dragging it out, so I'm just like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, and then that whole Mayan God stuff, I mean, that's from, a story he wrote.
So it's like you can only pretend to be something that you're not for so long. So, like, he tried to pretend to be this huge Spider-Man fan with this deep lore and this deep knowledge, and it backfired. Honestly, that's how I'm reading this.
Yeah, and again, it was a character he created years and years ago. He was chasing a shekel, too.
Again, people chasing shekels, common theme, common denominator. Introducing new characters for the sake of it when it doesn't make sense for the plot.
At least try to make it seem more natural, Yeah,
this is the most shoved in your face. I need a shekel that I've ever seen in a long time.
Because I mean, there are masters at it. Who make it seem seamless and it's not just a money grab. I mean, Chichester, J.M.D. Mateus. I mean, they have their pet characters, but it's like it's more organic.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to talk any new stuff really quick?
I don't know. What was out this week?
Let me look. I'm pulling on my books. Let me see. Marvel. 43.
Oh yeah, gang.
Miles Morales 16.
Oh yeah, all the gang wars. Those gang wars things.
Spider-Gwen Smash, which I do have.
I didn't read that. Was that any good?
It's okay. It's not really what I would want from Spider-Gwen, but.
And then is she getting a new series? Because I saw something about she's gonna be stuck in the 616 permanently now or something.
Yeah, because duh.
Yeah, I was wondering how long that was gonna take.
I kind of like it because it's like her with the Mary Janes, which I really love, and then also Dazzler is missing, and then they give us the Hulk origin, Earth 65 Hulk. So cool. That was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because of the Sony thing, but I'm just like, it seemed like they were really treating Gwen well with all, and then
It's
all of
just
a
like
sudden
Miles.
it
Real
kind of, yeah,
suspicious that they're
kind of
getting the
flipped.
X-Men and
Yeah.
Fantastic Four treatment, ain't it? Real
Uh-huh.
suspicious.
Yeah.
Disney's a petty mother.
Meanwhile, I think the new issue of Spider-Boy's coming out next week, and I'm like, didn't we just get one like 2 weeks ago or something? I'm like,
I thought I was going crazy. I
yeah.
think that they're trying to wrap that up.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to go
It's not doing
much
too
longer.
good.
Well,
like even the first issue, like you can still find it pretty cheap on eBay. So you know.
Oh, what? Because they just went straight to an ongoing for someone's little pet project that didn't improve itself yet. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna get maybe 12 issues, and they're like, no, it's a maxi series. I don't know where you heard it was an ongoing. just kind of save face. That's my take on it, because like they're always on the shelf, always.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else? Superior Spider-Man was that? Was that this week or was that last week? I can't.
No, I think that was this week. I just didn't get it.
Okay. Oh my God. Well, basically, but Otto's trying to take over Peter's body again, but then Slot.
Isn't this like where he wants to be the only Spider-Man? Is that the plot for this one?
Well, he's like, once again, only I can save Anna Marie, and he's trying to take over Peter's body, but then it's like, all of a sudden in his head, Uncle Ben starts attacking Otto, and it's basically like, remember the previous Slot story? He's like, Peter's like, haha, you can't beat me this time because I have 2 sets of memories, because from that whole, when he got written out and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, you can't beat me because I have 2 lifetimes worth of memories now.
Thank God for Mark Bagley art.
Exactly. But so, I mean, with the whole thing with the Spider-Boy, do you think they're not going to be so quick to green light Dan Slott stuff? Like, he's not going to get an automatic
Well,
green light?
Superior Spider-Man is still selling better than the main book.
Oh, is it?
But I heard people like Ultimate Spider-Man, the new one, but I haven't really seen the numbers on it. And I will say that in all 3 of the comic book shops I have, they didn't really actually fly all the way off the shelves. And I mean, my stores are pretty heavily trafficked.
Oh, I know with mine. I don't know how many he ordered, but I mean, they all sold out. I mean, the issue 1 sold out, and he was like trying to like figure out how many to get for number 2 because
it's tricky. Because number 2s never sell as well as number 1.
Yeah, no, because you never know. Because it's like, are people buying it because it's good, or is it just because it's a number 1? Yeah.
I think that's kind of stupid.
I mean, it had to have sold somewhat, didn't it? Because didn't they go back? I think they went back for a second printing.
Yeah, they did. I'm just saying, like, I feel like a lot of like quote unquote scalpers bought a bunch. I don't know necessarily that a lot of fans bought.
Oh yeah, because that was the thing. Because I saw, I think issue 1, you could. I mean, some people are trying to sell them for like $80 now, and I think even Ultimate Black Panther number 1 was going for what, like 30.
Well, that makes sense because it was what happened with it. That totally.
Oh yeah, because half the stores didn't get their copies. Yeah.
And that's why you should buy digital. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but then if you want any kind of value, digital ain't worth poop.
Well, it's not about, for me, it's not about the money. I mean, when I die, if I ever have kids or grandkids, they're sitting on a gold mine. If it's actually going to mean anything, if the U.S. doesn't collapse.
Yeah, and again, like I mean, but
that's not what I buy comics for. I know some people look at it as an investment.
But I love physical media too, because again, it's like
it's the one thing where like it's once I download it on my hard drive, what do I care? It's mine.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on your hard drive, that's one thing. But I mean, if you buy something,
not to leave it in an app. No. That's
no. That's what I was gonna say, because there could be some kind of accident. They're like, oh, sorry, it's gone. And it's like,
no. What I mean by that is you definitely should be backing up your digital, any digital media really onto a hard drive.
Back up everything. Just ask DG Chichester.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, on that note, let's get out of here.
All right. Let me bring up the schedule. But yes, kids, I'm an old man, so I always tout the physical media.
Yeah, for comic books, I do really think like if you're not really in for the value or being a scalper or whatever, like if you're not like using that as like your kid's college fund or whatever, do digital. It's so much easier. It's way more easy to organize. Put it in the cloud and you have it everywhere at any time. I used to travel a lot, so that's really why I started digital.
Yeah.
And now it's just kind of like, well, if I can't get it physically, it's not that big of a deal. Unless it's black armor. I literally threw a fit that I didn't. I made him find that black and white copy because I think it was a 1 in 50 actually, not a 1 in 25.
Nice.
So yeah, certain things I get particular about.
I put your kids through college.
Yeah, I put his rock band on tour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, kid.
That's my phrase.
All right, kids. Next week will be the end of the month already. So yes, the Bad Babysitters Club will be back to talk.
You mean the Sydney Sweeney Club?
I was going to say Scarlet Spider 16, and if those two maniacs have seen Madam Web, I know that we will talk about Madam Web, and if they have not seen it, they will ask me about it. So, yes, expect a lot of Madam Web talk next episode when me, Ray, and Dave talk Scarlet Spider 16, and then in March to go along with March's X-Men Classics. Justin and I are doing. Yes, Lilith and I will be talking all kinds of Spider-Man and Wolverine team-ups.
Oh, hooray.
What?
Those are the worst team. It's like Wolverine and Hulk and Wolverine and Spider-Man. Because it's like, what are they really going to do? What are they really going to fucking do? Nothing. A whole bunch of nothing. Fight for like 3/4 of the issue and then get into a resolution where they can beat the bad guy. Woohoo!
You're going to see Bubba Gus. Yes, we're going to cover Marvel Team Up 117 and 118. Marvel Comics Presents 48 through 50. Spider-Man 8 through 13 by Mr. Todd McFarlane. So yes, only 3
had to
weeks.
put something in there for me.
Hey-o!
You're welcome.
Let that be a clean draw, please. All right, and again, yes.
May your hard drive fail, Philip.
Hey, the foul's gonna be sitting on StreamYard. Ha ha ha. All right, so and then once again at the end of March, Ray and Dave will be back. Scarlet Spider 17 through 19. Oh, I think that. Oh, is that the Wolverine? Oh, that would be so perfect timing if that was the Wolverine. Because I know Wolverine shows up at some point in Scarlet Spider too. So, haha, my evil plan worked. All right, kids. So yes, send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, help buy some merch, help support us. Or if you just want to make it rain randomly on us, there is a Cash App link. So to bring the conversation back around, pretend we're in the strip club. Just make it rain on us.
Make it rain.
And, of course, the Patreon, where it's getting wilder and crazier over there. We're going to be talking some AVN awards. We're going to be talking Lilith Hellfire's totally normal conspiracy theories. And so much. You never know what you're going to get. So much more crazy stuff. So join us on the Patreon as it gets
more vicious and brutal than ever.
So find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
Thank you, Justin. All right. Miss Lilith Hellfire. People can find you on Facebook?
Yes, friend your dear old internet granny on Facebook. But more importantly, please download all the latest episodes you can and go outside and touch some grass while you listen to it. Get some fresh air.
And if you want to be the first one on your block to see, check out all our episodes, they do hit YouTube before the podcast. So give us those likes, subscribe
Comments.
to the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. We're close. We're like 9 or 10 away from 400. So
look at us go. We'll be able to go live at 5.
Really? Nice. So yeah, we're close. So we're almost at 4. So keep it coming, kids.
Chugging away.
All right. So yeah, like I said, Tuesdays. Yes. All right. Again, thank you for joining us. Come back next time for Scarlet Spider, and I guarantee you more Madam Web talk. If they haven't seen it, as I tell the boys to watch it with the sound off.
Yeah, truly.
And again, next month, a full month of Wolverine, because again, the master plan worked perfectly. He will show up in Scarlet Spider also. But until next time, swing on back.
Flip it good.